Welcome to Hangin' with the Hunns. We have very special guests tonight, the Flanders, and we're just going to talk. We've been hanging out for, how long have we known each other now? Probably
close to 5 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Really? It's been that long?
Started working at the pet store. April was 4 years ago. So
right.
And right after.
Yeah, so we met
4.5 years ago.
Met at the pet store, and I don't know. There's something about you I've always loved.
You bought fish for your daughter was having a science project, and y'all bought different feeder fish for her to be able to set up a.
Was that me?
Yeah.
Was it?
I think she got like 4 goldfish.
I don't know. Maybe
this was like 4.5 years ago.
Yeah.
We did get beta fish. I do remember getting that.
Oh yeah, we had beta fish. We had beta fish and.
That's it.
Then
Then
you said you played in a band, and we've tried to make a few shows.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And we've watched you guys on like Facebook and stuff, and you're so much like us. You know, we need to hang out more. Oh, you know, we definitely need to hang out more often because it's because like you guys do the same thing as we do. You know, it's like the Santa Claus thing. When I saw that, I was like. Oh, they're like best friends too, you know.
Yeah, there's Santa and Mrs. Claus.
You don't see that as often anymore, you know.
Right.
And I just like that.
I looked up and found my best friend in the whole world.
Yeah, see? Yeah. That's great. Yeah. Dogs are barking. Yeah. Who knows? But so we're just kind of going a new direction now in our podcast. Like we've been super. So it's our year birthday, like last week. Yep. So we've been doing this for a year, and our podcasts are like all over the place. I mean, we've done, you know, we do art videos and music, and then we do the Hangin' with the Hunns podcast with our friends, and the topics are like all over the place. Right. And they're fun. We're having fun. We've done liquor reviews and stuff like that, right. You know, but now we're really gonna start focusing on like Jesus stories. Okay. And we're gonna have we're still gonna have fun and do our other things, you know, but we're gonna have fun doing this too, because we have recently we've had so many friends in our little music scene that have come to Jesus, and you know they're starting to
converting.
Help me out here.
Probably. Well, it's just a movement, I guess you could say, we're seeing happening with friends and family and all across the world. Actually, just all different stories happening, talking about how Jesus is like changing. Actually, not just changing their lives, but they're realizing who Jesus is and how he does change lives. And I think it's just been like really interesting to see some people talk about that and we didn't even realize, or
right.
Like,
I know.
When did that happen?
Yeah. And it's like, we've had our testimony, I guess you would say. We've been Christians for years now, you know, like 20 years. And when we first started going to church together and got saved, we were serving in a church from pretty much day one. We were serving at church, and then we started to build a church that a pastor came from Texas, and he was doing a mobile church, and we heard it on the radio about, you know, they needed all kinds of ministry people and worship, you know, team and everything basically. And so we got involved with that, and we were still new Christians. And it was really cool because we got to see like everything that goes into doing church, or, you know, whatever, like building a church. And it was in a movie theater, in the AMC theater in Orange Park. And we would go every weekend, every Sunday, and basically build the church, the set and everything, all the stage and the pieces, and it was a lot of work.
Set up and tear down every
pull it out of a trailer, put it back into the trailer, and people would be coming in to watch Chucky's Return and eating
Sit
popcorn and
down
stuff.
and eat
They're like,
popcorn while we're
what is
still,
going on here? We're
cleaning
like
up
trying to
everything.
get out of there on time. But anyway, I say that because, we were serving for probably 10 years and then that church stopped or basically left and went to Orlando, and we just kind of, after that we kind of searched around for other ones and didn't really find anything, and so we've been kind of just doing our thing, playing music and doing art and just living life, and we never lost our faith, which a lot of people, they lose their faith because if they don't have church, but we never really needed church to have faith,
Excuse me.
So,
well, I think it was also, we realized that even when you don't have church, Jesus is still there to, he's still there. We learned probably more how you have a personal relationship with him, because it's like all you have to turn to sometimes. And that's at least how I felt. And, and so, and it was like, it was important to me, or it was, I'm just glad that I had that when we lost the church, because I was able to rely on, like, you know what, no matter what, God's still there. And who knows, he'll make a way for us, a new way. Yeah. Even though we didn't know where we were going with that.
To touch on what you were saying earlier, how you're seeing the world doing it now. Yeah. I think it's because the world's so upside down right now, and it's off right now. The news and the political views, they are weirdly slanted now. It used to just be, okay, well, we're on this side of this fight and you're on this side of the fight. It is weirdly skewed right now, where boys in women's bathrooms, and just all the chaos that's going on. And I think people are trying to turn to find something tangible, that's real, that's better, that's purer, that's nicer.
Right.
There's a lot of hatred just in our political world, and that is crazy. It's never been like that before. I guess we didn't grow up in the 60s and see that turmoil.
I don't think it was like
that. But it's very tumultuous right now, and I just think people are looking for something.
Yeah.
And so they're hunting.
Yeah.
And I think that's also kind of what we were feeling like, because we were strong in our church, and then when we lost it, it's like we kind of, we had God still, Jesus was still with us, but at the same time, not that we lost our way, but it was just different. Yeah. And then now we're seeing there's a change, a shift that's happened. And I think it's also the whole thing where they say everything's opposite, like it's whatever they say is good is now bad, and whatever they say is bad is now good. It's like we're going through that time. And I think a lot of people are trying to figure out how to navigate through that too, like really what is good and what is bad. And I think we are at a crossroads, I guess you could say. Yeah. And I think it's bringing us that maybe we're kind of like not stagnant, but at least I felt like I was kind of, I need to get involved more. I got to do something about. I can't just I don't know. There's something more that I'm feeling. God's turning me towards, and it's definitely like, look, you are at a crossroads. There is a clear division, and I think that's what's happening too. It's like you're either on this side, you're on this side, and you got to pick a side.
That's why I was saying. That's why I wanted to say that about where we were like on fire for the Lord. And then we went through that, and then COVID hit. So it was like no church. You're not allowed to go to church. A lot of people are
starting to fall out. Like, but what do we do? Where do we go?
But like in this last year, I feel like I'm on fire when the first day I got saved, and so it's kind of cool because, I've known a lot of people in the past that have been on fire for God, and then they just kind of dwindle away or backslide, whatever they call it, and then it's no more. And I was like, I've never really been like that because I've never lost my faith. I've always had my faith, but now it's almost like it's rekindled, so
I think that's what's happening to a lot of people too. Like it's either you're starting to make a decision whether you want to believe or not, like what is going on, what is this, and people are asking questions, and then it's those who like us that are like, okay, what do? We need to get involved more. Like there's something going on, and I don't want to be like not involved. You know what I mean? So.
And we were, so that's what brings us to you, and your story, because we're not like, we don't hang out all the time, but when we see each other, we kind of catch up and talk, about what's going on in our life. And like the last couple of times, I'm like, something's going on with Bryan over here, and then when you told me, I know your mother passed away, and I know what that could do. I've lost my mother too, and my mother was a praying woman. I mean, she was a woman of faith. And so I know, me personally, I want to do the right thing, because I know I want my mom to be proud. I want to do the right thing. So, but anyway, let's hear y'all's story. Enough of us talking, but I just want to give you like a background on where we're at.
Well, you brought up losing my mom. We lost her 3 years ago, and that was a turning point for so I lost my grandfather when I was 12 on December the 13th of 1985. And I struggled with faith from then on. Everybody told me he's in a better place. He's in heaven, and one day you'll see him again. And I just was ready to go there then. Like, hey, well, let's get this show on the road. I'll drink a bottle of bleach and go visit him. Like I was suicidal at 14, 15. My gosh. Well, I was 12. I lose him.
You were really close with him.
Oh, he was my favorite person in the world. And then you go through puberty. You learn how to be a man. That's a challenge too. I know I would never know what it feels like to be a woman, but I know how hard it was to grow up to be a man.
I can imagine. I had a son that I had to watch and experience him going through that too, and he did not understand, like, why am I feeling this way? So I know.
Yeah, I know that it can be up here, it can be in here. So a lot of that was a struggle. So I put my faith out. Like 12, 13 years old, I was not going to let myself believe I was going to figure it out. I wasn't using my heart at all. I was using my brain. I'm going to figure out, like, I'm smart enough to figure out the whole universe. Like, like that's how conceited I am, that I'm the smartest man to ever be born, and I'm going to figure it out. And my parents are wrong. They're both dumb for believing this stuff. And then I go off in the Marine Corps. Obviously, it's a little more, and not to say that there aren't Christians in the Marine Corps, but it's more driven towards a little more different life of anger. Like they really try to create that body. Right. You need to be a warrior. They teach you how to be that, but they don't teach you how to be a husband and a father and a friend. They don't teach you those things. And so I got out of the military, drugs, alcohol, women, all the bad decisions I could make. My 20s, in and out of jail. And then my daughter came along. I was 28, and that changed my life. So, no drugs after that. Life changed. And, but I was still an angry, hostile person. Jesus was still in the background. I would ask for a miracle to prove, come on, you got to show me. And then it would come. And I would talk myself right out of it, because my brain would say, oh, well, that's coincidence. It always happens on Friday or whatever that, well, you see that cloud, it was definitely going to rain, and like there's been a couple of awesome ones, and I'll tell you some other time about them, but there were really crazy moments in my life where me and my friends doing wild shit and God just showed up, and I'm like, no, that ain't real. Your brain won't let you believe it, and, my mom died 3 years ago, and a year had went by, and we were talking, and two things stood out to me at my mom's funeral. Was my whole family knew that they would see her again. They were all true believers. She's a true believer, and they just know deep down that they would see her again. And I was sitting there feeling lost, because I thought I'm never going to see my mom again. That's, and then my cousin kept talking about my mom. My mom was a doer. She was a real Christian. Tomorrow I got to go to Miss Jones' house and cook dinner for her. She don't have nobody. And then I'm going to swing by the AA meeting and make coffee for the guys. And then I'm going to take this bag of bras to the battered women's shelter every day. Every single day was loaded with the things that she was doing. And I remember looking at her in her casket and I was like, Mama, who's going to do all the stuff you're going to do tomorrow? And so about a year had went by and I'm talking with her. This is my best friend. And she supports me through anything because I'm like, hey, I really think we need to do this. And she's like, all right, let's go. I'll go with you and watch you do it.
Get it done.
And I needed to do more. I needed to get out there and do more. And that's when I got with the Bearded Club.
Right.
Those guys were doing some charity stuff. I'm not as close with those guys much anymore either. Right when you were coming on and the way you felt about it, I had the same feelings. Like I'm on a different path than they are right now. And that's fine. They're great guys. But, but
they're doing good things,
Just not on the path I want to go down right now. And I'm finding my own path. But I just felt like I needed to do more, get out and do more, get out and help more, help our community more, go help people that need food, go make kids
Now, is
smile.
that recently that you've been feeling that?
That's the last 2 years. So that was a year. So she's been gone 3 years. So it was a year to the day in September. And then I'm like, all right. So it's been the last 2 years. And 2 Easters ago, it was just hitting me. Like it was just, I stopped listening to this and started following this.
Right.
I really did. I had to tell myself, this is for grocery lists. Don't forget eggs on the way home.
Right.
But this isn't for figuring out God and the universe and the creation of all man and Jesus and love and all. That's not for this.
Right.
When something's right or wrong, and no one has to tell you. You don't talk to that voice. You hear, your voice. You talk to him. You got that guy in there, but you don't ask him, "Hey, is this right or wrong?" You know that in here. You feel that.
Right.
That's God.
Yep.
That's
the Holy Spirit.
That's what He's put in us.
That's exactly right. That's that
connection.
Spirit. To be able to communicate with Him. That's Him letting you know, hey, that's right, or that's wrong. And I started following that feeling that I know it's right.
Right.
And the moment that I said that out loud to myself, like, hey, this is the path you're going to go down now. I mean, I got now. I love my relationship with Jesus now, but it helped me have such a better relationship with God.
Right.
I was missing out on the universe creation part of it.
What He could do, the big things He could do, like seeing what He could do beyond what we could do. Yeah.
And then now following Jesus to God and using Him to help me and to talk. I pray to Jesus and I pray to God. I pray to both of them. I talk in different ways to Him. But the relationship is there because I'm doing it verbally. I'm talking out loud to Him. If I got a spare minute in the truck, I'm turning the radio
That's
down.
How I am.
Yeah. It's not just praying today, Grant.
Right.
I want a new
I'm not
bicycle.
very good at that type of prayer.
It's just constant communicating now. It's like it's an open line.
Right.
It's like I got an earpiece in and he's talking with me and I'm talking with him. Like, hey boss, you doing okay?
Right, exactly.
And
what do you think? Should I do this?
Right. Or
everything.
Or help me figure out what I should do about this.
Right.
And
that's the thing is like a lot of people think they, when you talk to them, like I'm not a pastor. I'm not even a scholar. I mean, I barely know Bible verses. I've said this before. It's like, I know the Bible verse, but I mix it all up. So, but I know what God has done in my life and our life, and what
you've experienced.
We've experienced and the peace we have going through all kinds of crazy, trials. And I mean, just through life, it's like, if we didn't have Jesus in our life, it would be a lot harder. I mean, we still argue and do all the normal things I think it's normal. I don't know. It feels normal to us. But I mean, but we have a peace and we have a knowing that God is going to get us through any situation. And I think a lot of people, they think I'm not ready to do that. I'm not ready to change, to live that life.
Stop
like they think they have to, they think they just have to cut off and be like
the moment you
goody
get saved,
good or
you
something.
have to now be Jesus.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're still the same sinner. I was the same sinner Sunday or Saturday after I got out of that pond as I was that I walked into the pond.
Right. And the thing is God will change you.
Yeah.
If you just say, look, I need help or I need to change my life. I want purpose in my life.
Right.
Help me do that. I can't do that. Nobody can do that on their own.
Or
and I think
that
that's what
understanding too, because you try to understand, things that it's not for us to understand, but God can help you understand. Like sometimes you have to be like, help me understand what your understanding is, not
exactly.
mine.
So this is what I know, that I said, okay, do your thing. I'm open to living out the life that you want me to live, and that's where the purpose comes in. He'll show you the purpose.
Well, you were talking about people backsliding and stuff like that. A lot of those people come to religion when they're in a moment of crisis already. Like, everybody that goes to jail becomes a Christian real quick.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I found the Lord.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not doing crack no more. I found the Lord. Yeah. And then they get out and then they 6 months later, Lord who, and crack again. You know what I mean?
Or it's also the ones that are raised in that, and then they're just so used to it. And it's just like, this is everyday life.
Right.
And then they experience a whole different life when they grow up, or when they get into different situations, and then it's like
because religion can be forced upon you a lot when you're young as a child. Because I grew up in my family church, so I didn't feel like it was forced on me. I just felt like that. I thought that was the dogs barking. I don't
know why they're barking. Our dogs are barking.
Yeah, sorry.
No, and so when people come to this kind of stuff, when they're in that kind of struggle, when they're not in that kind of struggle, do they stick with it? Are you still going to pray every day when you're not locked down or you're not in some other situation? Right. Are you going to do it when times are good? And that's how blessed I feel about where I'm at, because the last 2 years and then this Easter was overwhelming. By the year ago Easter, I was feeling it. Christmas, I was feeling it. This Easter, like I was crying over it, about the passion and what he went through, and it just was really, really getting personal to me, because I always struggled with feeling loved. I've never been able to forgive myself for things I've done in my past. The relationship with my mother, when it was bad, it was my fault. There was a lot of times that I let her down, a lot of things. When people are going through the tough times, they'll jump on. But I'm going through the better part of my life right now. Like Rheannon and I we're in a good spot in our work life, in our financial life, I got my disability taken care of from the Marine Corps. So we're in a good spot. And I'm finding this is the path for me. So this is so much different than what I would experience before, what I thought it would be, because I'm happy.
Right.
I'm not finding Jesus when I'm all miserable and sad and awful.
Right.
I'm feeling great. I love what my life. I love what I'm doing. People, I adore people. They adore me. But I was still struggling with being able to appreciate love. She would compliment me, and I would think that she was crazy. She's like, "Oh, you're handsome," and I'm like, "Well, there's something wrong with you." And how awful does it feel to inside think your spouse is lying to you? Like, how dare I make that accusation that she's telling a lie to me? She's like, "I love you so much." I'm like, "Why would you do that?" And I get told at the pet store, "Oh, you're the nicest person I've ever met."
Seriously.
And it goes through my brain, please don't let that be true.
Right.
Let you have known better people than me, please. Like, that's how I feel when they say it. Like, it tears at me when they say that, because I'm like, I want you to have so much better in your life than just me. And I couldn't find that for myself. I would see that in everybody else. I was like, you're the happiest, nicest guy. I love you. That's why I love you, because you have a happiness about you.
Same.
And
I feel that way too, you know.
I couldn't see it about me though.
Right.
I could see it about you. I can't see it about me. And so that struggle in my relationship with her was for me not being able to love myself.
Right.
And then me accepting the fact that Jesus loved me so much that he would die for me,
right,
for all of us. And then he came back.
Yeah.
I will honor him for the rest of my life. That's an unconditional love I wasn't prepared to accept. I didn't think I get that from her. You get that from your mom. You get that from your parents. You get that from your kids. He didn't know me.
Right.
He just 2,000 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And to a man that knew him, said that he did all this, did all these miracles. They could have not been killed if they'd have just said it wasn't true. And every one of them took the death because they saw it. They know it's true. They couldn't deny it. It had happened. He did walk on water in front of them. He did feed those people. He did heal those sick people. They watched him do it. And then he was there 3 days later.
Right.
On Sunday, he was there.
Yep.
And they couldn't believe that, but they know it.
I know it's like the whole calling a person a believer. I understand, I get the whole belief thing, but I feel like I'm more of like a knower.
That's where I'm at
it's
now.
like, I don't need to believe because he's so real in our lives. It's like,
I searched for faith.
It doesn't make sense to like believing is something that, I know it takes faith, but I know he's real.
Right.
The things
when
that
I used
he's
this,
done.
I was searching like, oh man, give me something to believe. Can I believe?
Give me something to believe.
When I use this though, like you said, I feel I know it.
Right.
I know it. You know your child loves you, right? When your kid talks to you, you know your child loves you. You don't question that or think about that. You don't have faith in it. You know it.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I feel because I'm his child.
Amen.
I'm his child.
So
I wanted to ask Rhiannon. So when did you become a believer? Is it kind of a similar story, or?
I grew up in the church.
Okay.
It's funny. I've got a story about one of his best friends. We went to the same church, and he was talking about his preacher one day and how he deserved all this money that he's making from being a preacher man and all this stuff. And Brian's upset about it, and I'm upset about it. I'm like, it's like, man, Jesus doesn't believe in that. Jesus flips tables over, people taking money and you building this life. He's like, no, man, preacher man deserves it. And I'm like, no, but okay. He's like, Rhiannon, you don't know anything about religion. And I'm like, dude, we literally grew up in the same church. Like,
right.
Just a funny little anecdote there. But no, went to church very young. I'm a child of divorce, and when I moved in with my dad at 13, he's not a religious person at all. His wife is, but she doesn't go to church, or his ex-wife. But still very avid believer in God and a very Christian woman. Just doesn't believe that you need church to be religious, and I love that about her. So she always let us, explore our own avenues of faith, and I started going to that little church with my best friend at the time, and it was just really awesome. I had really good youth pastors that taught us about all of, religions and things like that, and let us make our own choices. So it was really, really cool. And it was just a good experience. I've been always loved being in the church and doing things with it. It's, we always do like community outreach and things like that. And it kind of started there for me very young, just always out doing things, out helping. And every Christmas they would do a walk through Bethlehem. So we would go out in the big trailers out back and set up all these walls in the parking lot of the church. And every weekend for a month, just tell the story of Jesus. And it was super cool.
Nice.
Very fun. Yeah.
So have you been baptized?
I believe so as a kid, not as an adult, not that I can remember, but.
Yeah, I got baptized when I went to a Baptist church that I got scared. It was the whole and the believing in Jesus because it was the whole like you're going to burn in hell.
Yep.
That was where I was like, sign me up, tell me what I need to believe. But it was like, I was just scared to go to hell, and that's why I wanted to believe in Jesus. And I don't think I really understood what that meant. I mean, I believed in God, and I mean, I would hear about that. But it's interesting because it was fun to go to church, and I would, and I got scared into that. But then I got baptized because that's what happens. Like when you get, they're telling you you're saved, and then you get baptized. Whatever. But we ended up getting baptized together because, of course,
I got sprinkled when I was a baby. So, I don't even know what that is, but it's
counts, but does it?
It's not really. I don't think that's biblical.
My family does it around 12 or 13, and that was right at my breaking.
Yeah,
that's when I broke.
I was about 12 or 13.
Right.
12.
Right. Well,
middle school.
And so it was powerful for me this weekend because
I saw the video.
52.
Yeah. Well, that's why I had to do it again because when I rededicated myself to the Lord, to Jesus, and because I understood it as an adult now. And then when he became a believer and he was getting baptized, then I was like, I'm going to get baptized again because I just felt like I need to do that over again anyway because now it's a whole different thing. Yeah, like I'm not scared.
We got baptized together. It was awesome.
Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to know because then coming back to you recently just got baptized.
Yeah, this weekend.
I wanted to hear about that.
So it was at my family's Christmas party. So we do our Christmas the second Saturday in December every year. It was our grandma's Christmas. It's been called Grandma's Christmas for 60 years. Well, we lost Grandma 4 years ago. And my mom took care of her for 10 years. And so everybody's like, okay, well, now Aunt Linda can go do all these great things that she wanted to do. And then my mom died 1 year later. Mm-hmm. So we lost both of them in 1 year. And we always tried to make it up for Christmas anyway, because it's our family thing. That's what we're going to do anyway. Losing both of them, that was hard. Like that's the matriarchs of the family.
Wow, yeah.
And my mom's other two kids live in Seattle. So they never make it for the family stuff. So in my heart, I knew I had to keep going to honor her side of the family. So we're represented at the Christmas party. It's not a party. It's just
it's gathering,
gathering and give gifts to all the little kids and all. So it's Aunt Judy's house, which is my mom's sister. And we have our family church. My great grandfather founded our church in 1912. He was a preacher there for about 40 years. Then my great grandfather, he lived till I was 13. He was the preacher there for 50 years. And now their grandson, Rusty, is the preacher there. And he was my favorite cousin when you're a young boy, and he's like 4 years older than me. So he was that guy I wanted to grow up to be. He was the coolest guy, and we this is dirt road, middle of Georgia. And we ran around with shotguns in the woods as kids. Like this, we were literally allowed to just run amok with guns. They didn't know.
Right. And they call Florida crazy.
No, no stopping us back then. You just, where are the boys? Guys. I ain't heard no shooting. I don't know where they're at, So I called him and was like, Rusty, I would love to get baptized for Christmas this year. And he says, well, man, buddy, I'd be honored to do it. I'd be glad to do this with you. And he goes, where do you want to do it? And he thought I'd want to do it in the church because we have a sanctuary there with a baptizing little pool. And I'm like, I want to do it at Aunt Judy's right in front of everybody in the pond. And he goes, oh God, in December, he's like, this is good. It's going to be something, but let's do it. He said, I'll do it with you anywhere. And even there, so everybody's gathered. I probably have about 18 little cousins there. And then all my aunts and uncles. So it's probably about 30, 40 people there. And even telling them, because there's two different generations of us. There's a group of us cousins that are in our 50s. And then there's a group of them that are in their 30s. So they've grown up a little different than we did because times have changed. Mm-hmm. So when we were kids, that wasn't a pond. It was a pig farm.
Oh.
And so it was just a big open field with pigs in it. Wow. And it had an electric fence around it. And so when I was 2 years old and Rusty was 6 years old, he tried to lift me over this electric fence and put me on the other side because we'd go out there and mess with the pigs all the time. Like we just go jump on a pig and ride it. Like we're nuts. And he dropped me on the electric fence and electrocuted me.
Oh,
as a baby, in the same spot he baptized.
That's what happened.
Oh, wow.
In the exact same spot. And when we started this, I told you that my grandfather died on December the 13th, 1985. And I got baptized on December the 13th, 40 years later, 40 years after the point that my faith got shooken was the exact, and I did not plan that at all. It just was.
Somebody else planned it.
It's
awesome.
Been coming for 40 years. And it was that day, the exact day, cousin, the exact spot in front of my whole family. When I came up out of the pond, I kneeled down and prayed, and my whole family gathered around me and were touching me and sang Amazing Grace, and I was just crying.
Yeah.
It was the most beautiful family moment.
It's very intense.
Can I show the video you sent me?
You sure can.
Okay, I'll put the video because it's powerful.
Everybody understand what baptism is all about. The water does not save you. I think everybody out here ought to know that. What saves you is believing in Jesus Christ. But what we do here today is something out of obedience, as he tells us in the Word of God, right there to do. Even Jesus Christ himself was baptized at the Jordan River. Everybody knows that, and we've seen that before. So if you're believing the Lord Jesus Christ, if you're honest and genuine about it, this is part of it. And this is something you do because you want to live out of obedience. This is how it is, okay? And we do so today. So I don't know if any of y'all, I don't know your heart and mind, only you and Jesus Christ knows that. But we're here today, not only for Bryan. Bryan's confessed the Lord Jesus Christ. He's saved, salvation is set free. It's there, okay? But today we follow through what he gives us to do out of obedience, okay? But if anybody else hadn't gone through baptism, you don't stand before the Lord and say, well, I didn't have the opportunity. I didn't know nobody was having it. You got it here today, okay? So just go ahead and get your shoes off because really don't want to beat around the bush about it. Let's go ahead and go with it, okay? All right. Here we go.
Brother, I'm walking around trying to get it because it's some lost items that makes me cold.
It ain't cold.
Buddy. It ain't that bad.
This is how you know you are loved.
Go a little deeper.
All right. Good?
Yeah.
I heard you know you would do it.
No, I'm a good just
All
thinking.
right. Bryan, now, in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ, you confessed him with all your heart and believe what Jesus Christ done on the cross, right? And he rose again. So I'll baptize you now in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
He's still a comical guy. I love him so much. He makes fun of a lot of things. He's easy to laugh at, and so I'm sure the people that go to Mount Shady and get to see him every Sunday give a sermon, I bet they get a handful.
Right.
We watch it. I'll cast it to my TV. They put it on Facebook, and I cast it when I can.
Yeah.
And watch him.
Did you? Did anybody else get baptized? Because it seemed like
no.
Okay.
No, they're all baptized already.
Yeah, that's what I figured. But
that's exactly right.
I know because he said something, and I was like, I think there's more people that are
He's like, I'm not getting in this water again, so let's do it now.
Just in case
anybody, yeah.
They're already locked in, every one of them. Right? You know how weird it feels to be in a family if 75 people in the room believe, and you're the one person going over here, that ain't real. Wow. You know, you're just like, I'm smarter than all y'all. That's stupid.
No, they just pray harder.
Exactly.
So, like, hey, this knucklehead, he'll come around.
My aunts and uncles were just
overwhelmed
with joy.
Wow.
Even my aunt, the oldest, Aunt Judy's in her 80s. She called me the next morning just to say how beautiful Saturday was, and not only was it a great moment for me, it was the moment for me,
right?
But it was a beautiful family moment. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom's been gone 3 years, and she prayed on it and prayed on it and prayed on it, and her prayers are still coming true.
That's right. She's like, I gotta have my son with me.
That's powerful.
He's gonna come home.
That's powerful that she's not been on this planet for 3 years, and her prayers are still coming true.
Yeah.
That's how you know they're real.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, like her prayers are being answered. You know,
right?
That's amazing.
And think about the other family members. They're all like, there they are. You know,
Right.
her prayer just was answered.
Yeah,
You know,
they know
That's
their
awesome.
prayers.
Oh
Their
yeah,
prayers
there's too. But I mean,
Friends of
think about
mine's
the
prayers.
talking and
Yeah.
everything. You know, well,
The-
he'll come around. Just
The
keep praying
first thing,
for him.
my one cousin came over to me and said, Bryan, your mama would be so proud.
Mhm.
She goes, I used to sit down there and talk with her, and she told me the only thing she ever regretted was moving you guys away from the family and not bringing you up in the church.
Yeah.
And so she came to tell me that, and she's one of the 30-year-olds, like she's that separate group of cousins, and that was the interactions and love she got from my mom was still about me and my safety and saving me. Yeah,
That's awesome.
It's I know that I have been through a lot, so I hope that if I can get out there and talk to people, if my testimony helps anybody, then it's that's what I'm gonna try to do.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we're trying to do with this podcast is just get normal people stories, not from a church pulpit, just regular people having a beer,
I want to
talking about Jesus.
If they're going through the darkest times, I've been through them. I've been through every kind of time you can think of. I know that there's light at the end of the tunnel. I know that you're not alone. You may feel it right now. Search your heart. Listen to your heart. And it'll come to you. And it'll come to you. Something will come to you.
Mm-hmm.
A path will happen for you if you really just listen.
All you really have to do is ask. I mean, what's the verse here?
Here we go. We do this all the time. It's the one. It's like knocking you shall receive, or asking you shall receive.
What's he say? I stand at the door knocking. All you have to do is answer the door. I talk about. I was talking to my brother, and it's like the phone is ringing. All you have to do is pick up the phone, and you can communicate with God. And people. I think people think we're weird for saying that thing, because I'll be woken up at 3 a.m. with full instructions on what to do on something, like a podcast or art project or like.
But it might not be like that for everybody, because sometimes it just
I know.
Sometimes things come scrambled for me,
right.
and it's like a puzzle, and I got to figure it out. And then sometimes I just need to ask him, and he'll tell me.
Yeah,
and I'm like, thank you, because I've been trying to figure this out.
Well, and the funny thing is like back in the day, and this was probably before I was even saved. I mean, I used to kind of envy her because she's always like, ask God, or I just ask God. I talk to God, and I'm like, I want to talk to God.
Right.
You know what? Right. I talk to God, and nothing
might
happens.
Not hear it in the way you think.
And,
but now I don't get any answers, but I feel the direction I'm supposed to go. I feel the tug in the right way. I don't know what it is.
It'll get clear.
I was going to say the more you do, and I was going to ask you, like, especially now, like within the last couple of years, and I feel like also it's when you are searching His will, not yours.
Obedient too.
It's crazy the alignment that you see, or when you see things line up and He's the one that's doing it. And because it's with friends, people that are coming into our lives are back into our lives, and it's like, oh my God, I totally see what He's doing there. I see what you did there.
I haven't had a lot of opportunities where I've needed Him to answer back because I haven't been asking for anything. I've literally just been praying for other people, praying for myself, praying for strength, praying for clarity, praying for help with like, hey, I'm dealing with this. Can you help ease that pain for me? But I haven't been asking for like, hey, can you make this come true? Can I?
No, not like a genie thing.
Yeah, people do that. But
I know.
And they should. And they should.
Too sometimes.
And they should. Ask God for anything. He's powerful enough to give
it's your heart's desire.
Right, right. Ask God for anything.
That is true, because we've learned that.
But you have to be careful with that, because some things you're not ready for. And it's like I'll wake up at 3. It's always 3 a.m. or around 3, and I'll just be like, just can't go back to sleep. I'm like, okay, let me have it. I want to go back to sleep. So tell me, but it's not it's usually not anything that I am thinking about doing or but it lines up and ends up being something that I like. My heart does desire that, but it's not anywhere near the way I've thought about doing it or whatever, it's usually, it's like only God with whatever it is. It can only be God, because it's not my conscience, it's not anything I've learned throughout the day or whatever. It's completely unique. And I'm like, okay, all right. And once you're obedient to that, when you do it, like I used to be like, I don't know if I could do that, whether it's talking to somebody about whatever. I used to kind of shy away from it, but now it's like, now that I'm obedient and I'm pretty much immediately doing whatever I'm instructed or whatever to do,
whatever you're led to
and
do.
It's amazing what is happening right now in this past probably 6 months.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, and I know people talk about, I'm so blessed and blessings and I mean, that's great. Blessing is great, but this is like weird.
Right.
It is a blessing, but it's not something like I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I would think like winning, $1,000 in the lotto or something, that's a blessing. That's not the blessing. That's not the same blessing. It's like the opportunity to do something that has purpose is the blessing.
So the Powerball was $1 billion last night.
Right.
We bought some tickets. We did not. We won $7.
Hey, you won $7
out of the 60 we put in. So we lost $53. So the guy at work last night, I'm like, we're doing inventory. We were there till 3 a.m. I'm like, the numbers come out at 11. I may leave. Like if I win $1 billion. But he was telling Rhiannon, he's like, Bryan, I'd give the whole thing away. Yeah, I would. And that's the blessing.
Yeah.
The blessing,
to be able to give
the
to
blessing
people
wouldn't
really
be giving me the $1 billion.
Yeah.
The blessing would be what I do with that $1 billion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I would give it away.
Right.
I mean, here's a knot to make my family comfortable.
Yeah.
And here's the rest to do
to help
good.
Others. Yeah, I know, right?
Good. Oh man, you know how much soul food you get off of giving $600 or $700 million away? Like, golly.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, don't wait for that.
Yeah.
Because what we're doing right now is like, I don't know how I'm going to pay for anything.
Yeah, right.
I mean, we just got that van out there, and God gave me the way to get that van, and I'm like, okay, so I know that He's going to find a way to pay for it, and I'm not. It's not irresponsible, I'm not like definitely not irresponsible,
right?
But I'm being obedient, and it's like this purpose we have. It's like a new purpose, and we don't know how we're going to pay for anything. We're being obedient and like leading. It's like I always say, and I heard this from a pastor. He said, God can't steer a parked car. So if your car is just sitting there, God can't steer it. But as soon as you start to move the tiniest bit, He'll steer you in the right direction. And that's really what we've been doing, is like, we just listen, and it's awesome, just doing like serving at our new church, just whatever, wherever you need us.
Well, it's like what you said earlier, or what we were talking about too. Like, you can ask for things that you want, like your desires, but and God knows I want to travel. And it was one of these things that I'm like, I really felt in my soul. Like, I really want to go travel. I really want to see. There's things that feel like I've been stuck in Florida. We've been here and there, whatever, but I really want to go see this God's creation out there, right? I've seen pictures, I've seen videos, and people have gone there, and I'm like, I want to go there. I mean, I've seen the Grand Canyon. That is one magnificent.
Yeah, I've been there too.
I mean, that took my breath away.
Awe-inspiring, right?
Yes, that is why I want to see more of that. And so I'm like, so why can't I? How can I go? I want to go. And it's just one of those things that, like, I feel like a little kid asking, like, your dad. Like, that's how I felt like when I was asking God. I'm like, and then He gave us a way to get this van. Yeah. And I'm like, because our camper was, we weren't going to be able to use that.
And it's crazy
where we were in our situation. There was nowhere we could camp, afford to get Airbnb. Like it just didn't seem like a way. So I was like, what are we gonna do? And then there was this van idea thing, and I was like, we could get a van, we could do that. And I feel like God was like, okay, here you go. And then I don't know where we're going to go. I mean, there's one thing that we're planning on, so I'm just like believing that God's going to provide the way, and we're going to get to.
And it was quick too. It's like it was.
I was like,
I had no idea how. I was like, oh yeah, cool. Buy a freaking $100,000 van or whatever. It's like can't afford that, but we were shown a way, and we also God put people in our path that helped us get the van that we can afford, right. Not $100,000 van. Like we're watching all these videos, and they're driving like these Mercedes vans, and they're
like these must be trust fund babies.
Yeah, trust fund kids and stuff like that. And I'm just like, we can't afford that. Yeah. But so he showed us the way, and it's honestly we're selling everything. We're gonna sell everything.
Well, if that's what God's will is, right now, I just know we want to travel, and so we're planning our first trip and hoping.
I was told to sell everything, pretty much.
Okay, yes. So yes, and I even was like, I'm ready to sell the house now. Let's go. But we know there are certain situations.
Yeah. So if you see any art that you like, let me know.
Just because
it's yours.
Just because sell everything doesn't mean it's this moment.
Right.
No, I know. Yeah. We have a year to even.
Exactly. Yeah. Figure out your plan and strategy and all that, So.
Yeah, he's going to figure it all out.
And I think it is also one of those things
makes me nervous if I try to do it.
It's one of those things also that I feel like it's making me think about all the things that I do have in my life that I probably don't need. Mm-hmm. And it's just too much. And I've been feeling overwhelmed about it. So that is one of those things I feel like I believe that God is saying, okay, well, since you feel this way, let's start here too. Let's start small. Let's start baby steps or whatever, because I know this is how you handle it. It's like, so let's get rid of these things that you don't need, and then we'll go from there. And that's kind of how I feel like he's dealing with me, at least right now.
That's beautiful.
So do you have any plans to like find a church, or you just doing your thing? No pressure.
I'm not anti-church. I'm like what her stepmom Trisha Poo is. Like I'm all about my relationship with God. And if I have a family church, if I ever need to go to one.
Okay. Well, the reason I said that,
there, but I haven't found anybody that I wanted to hear try to explain it to me yet.
Right.
Because I'm fresh into what I'm feeling and believing. I've read the Bible before when I was younger. But I didn't want somebody quoting scripture at me just yet.
Right. And listen, the reason I asked was because we're going to service on Christmas. And if y'all want to come with us, you'll love it. I mean,
it's on Christmas
no pressure.
Eve,
no pressure. There's only 100,000 people watching us right now. Not really.
No pressure.
Yeah. Right.
Not yet. There will be 100,000 people someday.
Someday somebody's going to watch this as one of your old throwbacks.
Yeah, right. They're going to be like, man, Brian's the pastor of that church now.
I wouldn't be shocked. I
wouldn't either. With your lineage.
Right? It's a thing.
We're going to his church now.
His mom always said that he'd make a good preacher.
Yeah. She prayed on that too. So I'm not going to say no because her prayers has been getting answered right in front of me. So.
And he's been told by some stranger that he thought he'd be a pastor one day or something like that. And it's like, we never know. Maybe one day. Well, I don't know. But I know how that is because we were kind of feeling that way too, especially after we weren't in church for a while. And it is just in your moment. You'll just know. Like, we just felt like we need to get in church. We felt like God had word for us to speak through others. At least that's what I felt. And I tell you what, the moment we stepped back in church, we went to one couple times, and it didn't matter where we were going, he was speaking right to us. Yeah. He was confirming everything. And
especially with this new church.
Every time we went.
It's bizarre.
It is. It's like, well, let's just go see what he has to say this time.
I know.
And it's like, what? Is he speaking directly to us? It's been that way since we've been back. So that is what's gotten us to go back. And I mean, we heard people say like to serve and this and that, whatever. We're just here to hear the word right now. That's what we're here for. And I mean, everybody is so nice and so sweet.
Right.
And so I love that about it too. But it is crazy. Like
it's not like, you know how people are like, oh, he was speaking to me and just about like a normal. These are very specific things.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
it's confirmation because
we
it'd
were,
be what we talk
it's
literally on the way
too.
to church.
I think even the pastor and them, they think we're crazy because sometimes
I feel like they look at us like, I don't know
like,
what I'm saying, but I'm saying
jacked
this.
up, man. I'm like on fire for God again, and I'm like,
crazy.
You don't even know. Never mind. I don't even want to.
But that's how God is. He'll make you feel that way. Like I'm talking right to you. I am talking right to you.
The pastor even was looking into my
else.
eyes and saying it. I was
seriously. That is how God works. He will speak through people like that.
See, that's what I don't want to go just yet. I'm not ready for that.
It wasn't like conviction.
I just not ready to look me dead in the eyes and say, Bryan,
like, wow.
It wasn't like, boy,
Bryan, you are the one that's got to change, and you're drinking and you're smoking.
No, it wasn't.
I have experienced that too. I mean, I have went to church and felt guilty, and I mean, gosh, I hated those moments.
You're on Facebook too much.
Okay, I know you need to do.
I mean, come on, that's everyone.
And then I
Get
would
off
think
TikTok.
Well, then I would think, is that the pastor though? Is it that the pastor makes you feel guilty?
That's what it feels like to me.
Or is it God talking to you? And
I'm just not ready for any guilt right this
No,
second.
it's not. It's
like
not
I said,
guilt.
I'm just learning to forgive myself.
Okay.
You know, like I'm
Baby
just now.
steps. Hey,
Yeah. I've just learned to try to forgive myself.
We're here for you though.
Yeah.
But
Hey, but
and then
where
I
there's 3 or more, there's another one.
Yeah, this is
3
church
or more,
right
you
here.
have church.
Right.
Yeah.
we went to. We could start doing this weekly if you want.
I will come.
Monthly.
I will
We'll
come.
we don't need to do the podcast. We could just have dinner and
Don't make me
play that little
don't
wire
let me
game.
search my heart to see if I'm supposed to sell everything.
Yeah, so like,
That's not for everybody.
I can't get that
ready for
stupid
that.
game out of my mind. I'm like, I've never played it, but he told me about it. I was like, we
What
got to
game
get
is
that
it?
game.
Suspend.
It's the wires, and I know it's like Jenga or
I
something.
heard you.
Yeah, it's kinda
I
like
heard you
Jenga.
talking about it, and I was like, I don't know. That sounds
We
really.
should have brought it.
We got to get it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, because we'd be up all night. She's gonna work tomorrow,
It's
so
so fun.
But
yeah.
you try to explain a game
We'll
to me,
definitely
and
do a game night soon,
Yes.
very soon. But we, what was I gonna say about? Like Sunday, it was so weird because we got that confirmation from church, and then I went to work. I went to work after church, and I was mowing lawns.
That's crazy.
And then I'm listening to this purpose-driven life book, and the same exact thing that I got from church was said in the same, like it was word for word. And I was like, all right, because I mean, God knows that He's got to kind of hit me with a hammer to get me to understand. Not so much anymore. Now it's pretty much like this, and I get it, but I used to be way stubborn.
Yeah, but now He just uses you to confirm to me, because I'll have my moments where I'm like, I don't know what, and then I'm like, thank you. I needed you to clarify it for me.
I have gotten a lot of peace out of it lately too. That feeling of, hey, it's gonna be all right.
Yes.
And like I said, we're in a good spot too in our lives. So I was already feeling that way. Like, okay, I finally think I've taken care of, because with my military disability being 100%, she gets taken care of till she dies now. Not till I die.
Right.
Till she dies. And so that, as a husband and a man, I was like, I couldn't have done anything
that's great.
more important than take care of my wife forever. So I'm in all of these good spaces mentally and heart wise. The path that I've just been going down lately has just been emotional for me and pure and
That's
peaceful.
amazing. That's definitely God working everything out. That's how I see it anyway. That's why I was saying, when you're in His will, it's so different than when you're in your own will.
Yeah.
Like when you're just doing your own thing. Yeah, sure. You're having fun. You're doing your thing, whatever. But it's so different when you start to see how God, being in God's will, how He just lines everything up and takes care of everything, because He wants to take care of us. If we allow Him to take care of us, He will. Yeah. It's just, you have to be like, you have to let Him. He does not make you, like, that's the whole thing. He doesn't make you come to Him. He wants you to come to Him because you want to.
Right.
And
free will.
He wants to take care of us. He wants to we're his children. So that's how a lot of times I look at like that's that whole childlike thing. Like sometimes I do feel like a child that's like, the way I ask for things and kind of like,
well, yeah. And
it's like, I might get it, I might not,
Right.
Kind of thing. But it's, but if God wants to bless me with it or give that to me or even take things away from me because I'm, either not doing anything with it, there's that too.
Right.
It's like,
yeah, it's a lot easier, like for me personally, to understand how God loves us because I'm a father now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've been a father for a while,
mm-hmm.
but you're a father. So it's like when your child asks you for something, I'm never like, angry about that.
No.
It's like you want to give your child everything he wants or what they ask for,
And I love when they ask
a pony.
It's like, because it's like, don't be afraid to
I never
ask.
got the pony. No, just
like my daughter.
I love when they ask me for things because they're older and they don't have to. But it's like, oh,
my daughter's washing machine broke, and they had a friend give them another one that needed some springs replaced. And I called her today. I'm like, "Is that washing machine working?" She's like, "Yeah, it's working." I'm like, "Are you sure?" Because I was going to go on Home Depot and just have one delivered to your house tomorrow. Like, when you're your kids,
exactly.
If you can,
you're
of
going
course,
to want
you don't want
right?
them to,
and so that's how we should feel also.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's looking, saying, "Hey, man, what you need?
Exactly.
Is the washer doing all right?"
Right.
Now that is something it did take me a while though to get to understand. Like I didn't really necessarily believe it that it was like he freely gives, kind of thing.
Right.
And I always felt like either I have to do really good, to get something,
earn it.
Yeah, I sometimes I felt like that, and I would feel like I don't think he's going to do that, whatever. But just recently, and even just like I don't know, just especially recently, it's like, wow, like it's just because he loves us. It's just because why not? And it also shows it glorifies him because it shows him what he can do. Look what he can do. Right. It's like I want to show that off. Like, look, this is what God did not.
That's what I love about this
and that's
our YouTube channel is because like I used to be, if I wanted to lose weight and I'm gonna go on a diet, but I wouldn't put it on Facebook or anything because I'm like, well, what if I fail?
Right. Right.
That's what I love about this right here, because everything we're doing is like, I am claiming this, I'm saying we are doing this, and God is, this is our purpose. This is what God is having us, the direction we're going, and I'm saying it, I'm claiming it, because I know it's going to happen because it's God. It's not me trying to, eat less carbs.
Right.
It's just, because I'm going to fail every single time. I could do really good for a couple weeks, but
prayed for him to make me stop liking sandwiches. That's not going to make me anything I'm going to ask you to do. Please don't make me stop liking sandwiches.
But that's, so it's, I want to make sure people see and hear our vision, because I know he's going to answer it in his way. So it's always going to be different than what we're speaking about, but that makes it even better because people are going to, if anybody cares to, look back and see what we've talked about, or the direction we've gone, they'd be like, who knows, in 10 years we could be out in a van, or who knows where we could be, but they're going to know the whole timeline because we've recorded it all.
You and I are a little bit different than most of the guys that are going to come on here and get people to convert to religion or something. We're more of a regular Joe kind of guys.
Yeah, that's what I want to be.
Yeah, we're not. I like when you were saying be a preacher and all. In my mind, I think of those guys just having, tucked in shirt all the time and clean cut, just clean air. And I'm not that guy. I'm just not ever going to be that guy. But I think I'm a wholesome person, and I hope that connects with people.
Well, I think it's just, it's what we've experienced personally with God. And then, if he leads me to be a pastor, he better dang sure tell me how to talk
Teach you how to
better.
do it.
I can't even barely say my name. You know,
And even if he doesn't,
right.
there's still so many things.
I just want to tell people about what we're doing, and if it's like this, I like doing this.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think it's more important coming from regular people.
I think so too.
Experiences.
It really is, because you do see it from the clean cut, and most people aren't in that image, and they feel
a lot of it's artificial,
it,
right?
So,
yeah.
So
this is genuine.
Yeah, people with tattoos, mohawks, we rock.
Yeah.
Well, we're just being ourselves, and we're not trying to fit into a certain mold, and we're not trying to make everybody else fit into the same mold.
I'm not trying to convince somebody to do it. I'm not trying to convert them to it. My way is the only way, or any of that. Yeah.
You know, and nothing against church.
Some people love those molds, and they need those molds.
This isn't a church bashing session. I mean, there's very good churches. We go to a very good church, and there's pastors that are just genuine people like everyone.
Right.
But
there's a lot of judgment in faith.
There is. It's any religion.
Right. Even my aunts and uncles, well, now that you've been saved, so now you're never going to drink again. Well, that's not. Yeah. I'm still Bryan. I'm going to work on Bryan. I'm going to work on me every day. I'm going to be the better Bryan tomorrow than I was yesterday. But then I still have
and that's
things that
it's just judgment. There's a lot of judgment in the church. I mean, when we started going to church, we went to a Baptist church, and they did not want me there. And I'm like, these people are really judgmental. I'm just trying to find the Lord.
He thought he had to wear long sleeve shirts to church.
So
and
what good is that? What good is that when you're shooing people away? Yeah. When you're supposed to be leading them to the Lord. Know, and that's we just.
But that's why some people think they have to stop doing what they're doing to even believe in Jesus.
I know.
So when Jesus was sitting with the Romans and the tax collectors and the prostitutes, and they asked him, "Teacher, why are you sitting with them?" And he said, "A sick man doesn't need a physician, or a healthy man doesn't need a physician."
Right.
He said, "I'm not here for those. I'm not here for the 99 sheep that didn't get lost.
Yeah,
it's these lost people.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the ones."
Amen, Pastor Bryan.
Those are the ones that are going to need us. And I've been lost before.
Yeah.
Right.
I can relate to any of those human beings. We'd stand and talk with anybody, and I could relate to them because they can relate to me.
Right.
And if that helps somebody get to Jesus, then it's worth all the crap I've done in the past.
Yeah.
All the stuff I had to forgive myself for, it's worth going through it if it truly helps somebody else better their life. Even if they don't find Jesus, if they find something that I said that they can take to be better, then it was powerful enough.
And they would trust you probably more knowing that you've been through some things instead of somebody who's been perfect their whole life, you know? Right. And God knows that too. That's what I truly believe. God puts certain people in your lives that he knows, because he knows past, future, in all of our lives. And he knows the best people to put together. And that's why I'm always reminded of the lady at the well, the Samaritan woman.
Exactly.
That story sticks with me ever since
every episode of Hanging with the Hunns.
Every time. I can't help it because
it's a great story.
Oh yeah, when I heard and I've heard it many times, but it was just this last time I heard it. It was just like he knows there is that person out there that not anybody can just talk to, but him. And it's just the same thing. There's somebody out there that he knows that one person can talk to and reach and get to and have that and be comfortable enough to talk to them. And
what did she do? Did she go get a pretty dress on and go preach a sermon in church? No,
met her
she just said the amazing thing that just happened to her. That's it. Yeah. That's it. Just tell them, what God has done in your life, what Jesus has done in your life. Yeah. That's it. Simple.
Yeah. It's not trying to convince anyone.
No.
It's just telling them.
Let me tell you a little.
That's my skew on churches right now and stuff.
Right.
I don't want to talk to the guy that's fit. I'll sit here with the big guy.
All right. Well, good.
We'll talk right now. Yeah.
I'm glad y'all came out.
Yeah. Relatable.
Yeah, very much.
Yeah. Well, this has been awesome.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to? Any other stories or anything you want to talk about? I mean, we've probably been over an hour, so
we'll get to some next.
Let's do that. Let's do another one.
Sure.
But so awesome. Thank you guys for coming out and hanging with us.
Yes, thank you.
And maybe we'll do a podcast where we're playing the wire game. What is it called
Suspense.
Suspense. That would be.
I'll try. It looks
We probably
really,
should
it does
do
look
that.
Like something
No,
I'd probably
just a little bit, like 10 minutes of it.
And it is so hard at the same time.
Because it reminds me of like those games
Tiddlywinks or Jenga.
Yeah, Jenga.
Yeah,
So
it's
this
very
one's-
Jenga-y.
You put a wire on, and you can only use one hand, and they are
It's like a balance
and they're
thing.
always
Yeah.
gonna fall. So you're gonna pick them up,
Okay.
and they're gonna fall the whole time.
What's the building one
Pick
I
up
like?
sticks. It sounds like it should
It's something like that. Yeah.
What is the building one I like with all the weird shapes?
I can't even say that word. It's like bandu
Goom
or
Bandu.
bandu.
I say bandu.
That's it.
It's basically
like
like
that.
wood, like the Jenga, but you
But it's
instead
like
of
that
pulling it
game.
apart, you're
Yeah.
building up, and it's got like balls
Balance.
and like weird
Shapes.
Okay.
shapes. So it's whoever gets the tallest.
The tallest. I think
and
or
runs
it's
out of
using
pieces.
all the pieces while
I
everybody
love
else
that game.
is like
It's
falling
fun. So
down
we'll
or
play that
whatever,
one
yeah.
too. All right.
You'll play
Okay.
one round of Suspend, and you'll love it for life.
Okay.
It'll be,
All right, good.
Yeah.
Well,
We'll see it.
We'll-
see.
We'll get it for Christmas.
Christmas.
There you
Christmas present.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
All right,
Cheers.
thank you.
Bye, guys.
Love you. Peace.
Like and share.
Oh yeah, like and
Don't
subscribe.
forget to like and subscribe.
Follow along to see our adventures with Jesus.
Toodaloo.